Hi everyone, this is Jasmine from the Book Arts program at the Willard Marriott Library at the University of Utah. In this video, I'm going to show you all how to make a pants book, which is a single sheet variation. It's very simple, and all you're going to need is a piece of printer paper, so 8.5 by 11, and it can be, and I'll go over this a couple of times. The second one I'll actually show with something printed on it, which you can download from our website. But I'll start out with just a blank piece of paper so that you can get the feel of how to make the book. And then you're also going to need a pair of scissors. So that's the most necessary tool. And then you're also going to need, if you have one, a popsicle stick. And this is not necessary. This is to go over the folds to make them really sharp and clean, but you don't have to have one of these. The second demonstration I'm going to do is actually a downloadable PDF from our website. If you go to the K-12 Lesson Plans and Resources tab, there's a list of downloadable PDF lesson plans. And if you go down and you find where it says Pants Book Single Sheet Variation, you can click on that and it'll go right to the lesson plan. And then right below that it says Metamorphosis Book. Click on that and then print that PDF from your computer. So you will need a printer for that. And this is what it looks like. It's a really fun science book, all about going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, so pretty fun. So you'll need that, and then right below that are the PDF for the covers. So you will need, or you don't have to use our covers, you can make your own covers, but if you want to print it from that, you'll need one that looks like this, which has the metamorphosis on it, and one blank one. And you can use, this is heavier paper, this is just cardstock. If you can use the settings, change the settings on your printer to print onto heavier paper, cardstock, that's great. But you can also skip the covers and just make your own covers, or just draw right onto the paper once it's complete. So that's, and for that one you'll need a glue stick as well. So the scissors, the glue stick, and then the printed PDF and the covers. All right, go ahead and pause there, and when you return, we'll go ahead and make the pants book. So this is the first demonstration I'm going to do, and I'm just using a blank piece of printer paper, so just 8.5 by 11. And we're going to start by folding it in half, hot dog style, so the long ways. And make sure that you're lining up your corners and your edges first. And then here's a nice little trick. Once you have that in place, you're going to use your finger, you're going to bring it down to the center of that fold, and then fold from the middle to the outer edges. That way, all of the edges and corners stay on track. So that's a nice little tip. And then this is where your popsicle stick can come in. You can go over it a couple of times to make that fold really creased. Then you're going to open it up, and you're going to fold it in half, hamburger style. Lining up your corners and edges again. And using your finger in the middle of the fold and fold from the middle to the outer edges. And then you can go over it with your popsicle stick or tongue depressor. All right, at this point you're gonna leave it closed. So leave it closed in hamburger style. You're gonna take one edge, so just kind of open it up like you would a book. And you're gonna take that edge and you're gonna fold it back to meet the left edge. So you're bringing the right edge over to the left where that fold is, and you're lining it up, and you're going to crease it just like that, go over it, and then you're going to flip it over and do the exact same thing, only going from the left over to the right. Lining up corners and edges, push in the center and fold to the outer edges. And now you have a longer piece of paper, and if you open it up you should have an M or a W, so we just made a little accordion. Here's the part that we want to make sure that we cut the right spot. So if you hold it up and down like this, we're going to cut right in the center fold all the way until right here. So we don't want to cut this piece of paper in half completely. We just want to cut through the first 3 sections and then stop right here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. Okay, so I've marked it with a Sharpie so that you can see exactly where I'm going to cut. And you don't have to do the marker part. This is just for this demonstration. Just make sure that you don't cut all the way through, and try your best to follow that fold. Whoops. Don't rip your paper either. And then once you get to that little that intersection right there, that's all you do. And it kind of looks like a pair of pants now. And that's why we call it the pants book. So it kind of looks like a little pair of pants. At this point, you're going to bring the bottom of the pants up, and you can do this together or one at a time. So I'm going to bring one side up and then the other side of the pants up, just like that. And then where you see this naturally wants to fold, you're just going to bring those together. And then this would be the front of the book. And then you kind of flip through it like you would a book. So that is how the pants book works. And then the cool part is once you're finished, you can always unfold it and put it on a copy machine face down. So you have your drawings or your writing here, put it face down on a copy machine, and you can make copies of your book and send it to your friends and family. For the second demonstration, I'm going to show an example of how to make this with already printed content on it. So again, this is downloadable on our website, and you're going to fold it with the pictures or the words on the outside. So again, we're going to go lining up our corners and our edges. And you're going to fold it from the center to the outer edges, go over it with your popsicle stick, open it up, and then fold it in half hamburger style, also with the words and pictures on the outside. So fold, fold, crease, crease, leave it folded, and you're going to bring the top part, this edge, the right edge, over to the left fold. And line up your corners, edges, crease, and then flip it over and do the other side. So at this point, the pictures and words are hidden. All right, so now we have our W or M fold. We have our pictures in the middle. There's a dotted line, and that's your guide on where to cut. So you notice that the dotted line goes all the way to there and then stops. So make sure you don't cut through the page. You're going to just follow that dotted line and try to follow more of the fold than the actual dotted line. That dotted line is just there to show you. It's there as a guide. Okay, so I've stopped right there at the top. I have my pair of pants, and then I'm going to bring the bottom of the pants up one at a time. So the side first, and then this side, and then you'll see that it just naturally wants to come together. And then the front, that is the first page where it says Metamorphosis. And it actually has some pictures and words and explains how the process works. And you can color this if you want. You can add more information on the inside. And then the last step is to glue your covers on. So the Metamorphosis cover is going to make sure that you glue it on to the right, the front cover, which is where it says Metamorphosis. So you're going to need a glue stick. And it's helpful to have a piece of glue paper around. So you can just use another piece of printer paper. And this helps to contain all the glue mess. So my Metamorphosis cover is face down. I'm going to glue around the edges first and then make a big X in the middle so that it gets all the glue on there. Make sure I have the right cover on. Metamorphosis is here. I'm placing the Metamorphosis cover right side up, and there I have my cover. Okay, and then here's another cool use for the tongue depressor. You go over it and move that glue around so that it gets it really nice and sticky. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to glue my other cover, my blank cover, onto the back. And I would glue the cover onto the book. If you glue your book, you could get glue on the edges, and then the pages will stick together, or it could stick together. So I like to glue the covers first and then stick it on to the book. All right, so there's your Metamorphosis book. And again, you can make your own Metamorphosis book if you want, make copies of it, send it to your friends, send it to your teacher, show them what you're doing.